Docket text, scheduling notice and order, advancing hearing by Judge Michael W. Fitzgerald as the defendant DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, David Brian Lindsay, Asa Houston, Dirk Banks on the court's motion and after conferring with counsel. The pretrial conference and defendant Banks' motion to sever counts or, in the alternative, to dismiss the third superseding indictment on speedy trial grounds. Lindsay Joinder is advanced to 7/14/2026 at 10 a.m. before Judge Michael W. Fitzgerald. It is so ordered there is no PDF document associated with this entry. Text-only entry entered 7/2/2026. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It ain't looking good for Dirk. So right here, you have government's unopposed ex parte application for an order allowing disclosure of grand jury testimony, memorandum of points and authorities, declaration of Daniel H. Vonni, plaintiff, United States of America, by and through its counsel of record, hereby applies ex parte for order pursuant to Rule 6E, 3E. What is that, 1? Of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure, authorizing the government to provide defendants counsel of record with a copy of grand jury testimony of witnesses whom the government may call at trial. Then it goes on to say he declares, it states as follows: I am an assistant United States attorney for the Central District of California and am assigned to the prosecution of United States versus Dirk Banks. Then it says, I make this declaration in support of the government's ex parte application for an order permitting disclosure of grand jury transcripts. I expect that the government may call at trial witnesses who testify before the grand jury during the investigation of this case. Such testimony constitutes a statement under the Jinx Act, which the government is required to provide to the defendants. On July 2nd, 2026, defendants counsel informed the government did not object to this application. Well, why the hell would they? I declare under perjury, under penalty of perjury, under the laws of the United States of America, that the foregoing is true and correct, and that this declaration is executed at Los Angeles, California on July 2nd, 2026. Basically, they're going to get to see the shit that they need to see from who they need to see it from, because the feds like, bruh, we ready. We got something. The sponsor of this video is Cloaked. And there are a lot of people who are wondering why I'm going so hard to go with Cloaked and push it and everything. I want to share with y'all something that happened to me on March 7th of this year, right? And what happened was, and this is all real, this is literally out of my damn inbox. They put up my social, they put up my full name, they put up my birthday, they even put up every number I ever had and every address that I ever freaking lived at. These are real text messages, by the way, sent via goddamn Instagram. So when you see me go hard for coke, understand, I didn't know how they got that info. That's the second time in 5 years that people try to extort my personal info. First time I voted, second time I just said do what you're gonna do. Please don't be like me. Try Cloak today. They're giving you 30% off with that QR code, or tap the link in the description or hit the pinned comment. See what data brokers sold your info today. Just take the challenge. If you don't like it, hey, don't sign up. Just see what info they have. That's all I'm asking. Try Cloak today. Yeah, so what you're essentially seeing is the feds said, we ain't doing nothing dirty. Y'all can have it all. Y'all can see it all. Y'all can listen to what we presented as facts, essentially trying to get the judge to go with what the feds are saying, so that way the speedy trial motion, they have a legitimate reason as to not get and grant what Durk'S lawyers are asking for. It's obviously not going to be dropped. Nash, why would you say it's obviously not going to be dropped? Because the feds are dirty, immensely dirty. They have their number one snitch proposing with funds that ain't really funds that come from anyone except, we ain't gonna say all that. But Lil Durk'S number one snitch, Kevon Grant, yeah, he is gonna be a married man. And I'm gonna explain why he bought the ring, because that's just as important as to the plot of this story. Roll it.
I'm about to flip the table.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna call you right back. Oh my God. Call you back.
That that video comes directly from Twitter. Who they are and how they got it, I don't know. I don't care. And the logic and the explanation behind what that page on Twitter said was that Mr. Grant was given money from the feds. They also went on to say, now I don't know any of this to be true. I just did what I normally do. See, I tell a nice little tale of certain things, but y'all know how Seti Nash do it. It's on Instagram, it's on Twitter, it's on Reddit. I'm just one of those people who snatch it first and claim to have it all. But now the mask is off. So that video right there had an explanation as to why. And the feds are alleged to have given money to Mr. Grant. And Mr. Grant used that money to buy that wedding ring. But here's the best part about it. He's expected to be released. No time soon, of course, because you're facing a mandatory life sentence for murder, for hire, you know what I'm saying? Because he's one of the shooters. See, what Mr. Grant's role in all of this is to make the connections, go ahead and connect the dots. So now if the dots are connected, if everything is right, then what do we have? Coercion. Now, I don't know if the feds did all this. I have no proof that the feds did any of this shit. But I am a person who will repeat what I've heard on Twitter, what I've heard on Instagram, and what I heard on Twitter in this instance is the feds gave that man that money. That man married that woman. She knows that he's coming home. We just don't have a release date because he's supposed to go in there, do his thing. And then after it's all said and done, pull a cornbread. Because the feds can't sit here and say, if you tell on this person, we're going to give you 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, whatever. They can't do that because the feds guaranteeing that would have a whole lot of snitches because you could ride around with some true crash outs and know that if you smoke somebody and you telling everybody in that car, you get 10 years. Well, 10 years for a body, for somebody you truly didn't like, and you throw away people whose lives were going to be thrown away anyways, you probably wouldn't give a shit about that. Just going to be fair, square, obvious, and honest. But here's the nicety of this all. If this is proven true in court, the feds are going to be looking pretty dumb. Why? Because paying your witness to get on a stand, that seems like that's incentivized to do some telling. Now, do I know that the feds paid him? Once again, I don't. Do I believe the feds paid him? I don't. Could I see the feds paying him? Yeah, I could. Shit. The feds do that shit, bro. They pay for wars, Contra, and all of this shit. They paid and had drugs shipped to Los Angeles, California. Used to have the damn crates of guns they used to get dropped off by the military and let you guys shoot them up, bang, bang. We don't know how to build firearms. We don't know how to build freaking automatic firearms and all this shit. We're simple farmers, simple builders, architects. That's what we are. But the feds, y'all dirty. So we shall see. I don't know, but what I do know is that video right there where Mr. Grant smiling and kikiing and laughing and all this shit and everything because he knows that he's about to go in there and go do a whole lot of telling because he wants a release date. Let me tell you something, homeboy. She's still gonna get cracked from the back. She's still gonna get hit until she do the splits on it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna stop nothing. You may have bought a moment in time. But once again, maybe he got the money from his daddy or something like that, anything. But that man doing that, he's expected to come home because he's going to be doing a whole lot of telling. Can Durk beat this? 100%. But the way that Brian and the way that Drew are going to have to hammer the questions are going to have to center directly on that video. Because that video could reveal a whole lot. And right hand on the Bible, left hand up, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Who knows? But hey, exclusive, baby. Nobody else found that shit. I don't know why y'all didn't. Maybe y'all weren't looking for it, but hey, I found it. But then again, shout out Elon Musk. He be putting shit in my algorithm that I know some of y'all ain't getting. But click right here, though. Let's see what video did we have. Oh, goddamn, what's the name's lawyer lying on the feds, bruh. Lying on the feds. Saying the feds released the damn video of Roderick Davis, which doesn't make any sense because if the feds would have raw released the goddamn video, Gucci Mane's face wouldn't have been blurred out. That's discovery. That's what that is. So the feds didn't release Pooh Shiesty's video, but click right here as we destroy Bradford Cohen's bullshit ass argument. Click that video right there or click right here for the playlist and I will catch y'all in the next one.